right
exactly.
now. Gerald's in third.
Welcome, everybody, to the NBL Lounge. We are live week 5. We are ready to go. The gang's all here. Let's let everybody do their introductions. Elliot, Mr. Big E Lomba, how are you, sir?
What's going on, my friends? How's everybody's week going?
It's going great, man. It's going great. It's going to be even greater after the day. I promise you.
Didn't he say that?
Okay. Well, you know, I'm pretty excited. I've been waiting for this for a few days now. So, and you see how tight the standings are. So, yeah, it's starting to get bloody.
You got a dog head growing out of the backside of your head.
All right,
you got a dog growing out of the backside of your head.
Actually,
that tells you he's the underdog. That's what that's
the part of my brain that sticks out when I'm doing my picks.
Is this part of a prop? I'm not ready for these props this week. If that's a part of a prop, I obviously got to start bringing in like live rare animals soon. Like, oh
that's
my god,
that's the part of my head that pops out when I'm making picks.
We're going to have to call Elliot the Cerebus. If he has 2 more dogs come out, it's going to be scary, man. You're trying to be the Cerebus. You're supposed to be Big E, not a Cerebus, man.
It's a dog walking service in a different kind.
Oh man,
Big E Lombardo, the dog whisperer.
All right, we have Mr. Robert C. Stern in the house.
Yes. It's going to be an interesting week. Definitely. I think there's going to be there's going to be another crazy game that's going to happen. I've called one every week.
Yeah, well, last week it didn't go too well, but
actually it did. I called 2. One didn't go well. The other one did.
Okay. All right, because the Denver pick just didn't pan out, but it's okay.
Yeah, it fell shy there at the last couple minutes, but it
was a great. They played a tough game.
They played a lot tougher than everybody thought they were gonna.
Yeah, they did. They really fought. And what can I say about this guy, Mr.
the youngest man on the team who's delegated into the first place for the moment.
Kid.
Yeah, for the moment. We'll call him
Morgan the Kid.
Forget, you know, in other forums they know him as the Liberation Sensation, but in this forum we're gonna call him BSA, Baby Stephen A, Mr. Morgan J. Ingram.
Oh my god! Oh my goodness!
Somebody tag Stephen A in here now. Yeah. Bring him on in here.
I wanted to come on for sure, but I will have to get
just
props.
on TV.
He'll come in. He has. What else does he really do? But at the end of the day, we have Gerald with a good prediction that you made in week 1, saying that week 5 will be super close, and we're at week 5 and it's super close. So
it's
great prediction on Gerald. I gotta give it
first to last, so anybody can still do it after 4 weeks.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Nobody's running away from this thing.
Oh no. This is gonna be a tough. This is gonna be a dog fight.
Down to the wire, baby.
I want to see how the safety picks
maybe that's why Elliot. Maybe that's why Elliot bought the dog. You know, dog fight, dog. You know, I don't know.
I don't know what the dog.
If I'm going to a dog fight, I'm definitely not bringing this dog with me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That dog will lick you to death.
I bet he will. Okay, so for everybody that is here with us, thank you for joining us this morning. If you all could do us a little favor, tell a little bird so we can get the word out that this is happening, and we're going to jump into it. You know, no further ado. Mr. Stern.
Hold on, I'm calling on our producer that's disappeared on.
Oh yes, our producer has not been here the last couple of shows.
I know. In fact, I didn't even get to tag him on that one. That's weird.
There we go.
I forgot the D.
You called him Rob Ruby. I don't think we want Rob Ruby.
Oh, yeah. BD, you know, hey. All right, so are we talking about the game on Thursday, or are we going to skip it?
We can talk about it real quick.
All right, Indy Houston. I think 3 people picked Indy. I'm sorry. Raise your hand if you picked Indy. Oh, the commissioner.
And raise your hand, Michael, if you're in here.
Look,
oh my gosh.
Here's the thing. First of all, I'm going to have to say something to Mr. Cerebus over there. I'm sorry, Big E. You got your Cerebus back, by the way. You know, the dog's right behind you again.
Hey, that's just the way it works, man.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the teeth to shine and go.
Yeah, he's going to be part of your co-hosting over there. But here's the thing, Elliot, you can no longer be the sideline reporter because you said that Andrew Luck was playing and he did not touch the field.
He didn't play.
You said reports.
But you see, didn't I say that regardless of whether he played or not, Houston is that bad?
No, but you said reports
but
are
you
in
said
from
reports
the
are in.
sideline.
And then they changed it. They changed it the night before the game, or the day
That
of the
was
game.
the night before the game.
Exactly.
No, the day before, the same day of the game, they changed it back to.
Okay. No. Well. No sideline.
But you know what?
Not
But
taking
you got
pattern
the pick.
info from Elliot.
Morgan, but wait a second, Morgan, Robert, did you win?
I was
I
taking
won.
Indiana with Hasselbeck.
Thank you.
But I was scared. I was scared when they saw they changed the Hasselbeck. I almost wanted to tweet.
I
you guys
wasn't
and say I'm
scared. You know
changing my
why?
pick.
Because somebody put a nasty rumor in this room that Jadeveon Clowney was going to make a difference.
That wasn't me.
I didn't say
I
that.
don't know who it was, but
Look,
they said with J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney, I hadn't heard Clowney. I heard his name once during the broadcast, I think.
No, they showed
And
him.
I hadn't heard it before that during the whole season.
Look, they showed him quite a few times. They would double.
Take away the EY, and that's what Jadeveon is.
Okay, yeah. Well, if that was the case, they would not double and triple and quadruple team him. You know, they showed him quite a few times. They double teamed him. Look, the point is,
That's okay.
The point
That's
is,
okay.
I didn't take into account that
Houston
it was going to
sucks.
that it was going to be a quarterback carousel game again. I thought they would stick with one guy. I thought Hoyer would play and they would be fine. Point is,
Hoyer did play.
Yeah, he played the second half.
You know what the real point is? Gerald hasn't started the Sunday morning in a positive way since the Thursday night games have started because he's lost every single Thursday night game.
I've never won a Thursday night game, so I don't care about the Thursday night game.
What? Okay.
Oh, so basically he's.
I just wanted to point that out.
You're just going to take 16
Dallas
losses?
Game. He went with the Baltimore game. He went with this game. He hasn't started off 1-0 since the season began.
Come on, man.
And this is our commissioner that we look up to.
This is just awful.
Look,
we might have to have a.
He's at the top of the.
Come on.
Look, it's irrelevant. It's totally irrelevant.
I'm sorry. What place are you in now?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm in third. So
I know you used to be in second. You're going the wrong direction.
Oh, don't worry about it, man.
Yeah,
Look,
I know because you're only one game ahead. So soon you're going to flop with me.
Oh, man, please. You've been the paddy wagon. You're going to stay the paddy wagon. Don't worry about that.
Paddy wagon, but I gained 2 spots on you last week.
Yeah, gained. That's the key. Gained.
I know. I gained 2 more today. You just flopped with me.
Yeah, we'll find. Oh, look at the Cerebus. Thank you, Danielle. That's Elliot. That's going to be his new name, the Cerebus.
That's okay. Bring it on, man. Bring it on. I'm good with it.
All right, let's go into it now. Let's go.
All right, game 1. Starting off tough, ladies and gentlemen. Seattle visiting Cincinnati. Seattle coming off their scare of the week versus Detroit.
Ooh, yeah.
Cincinnati coming off just bombarding everybody. I think this, they got it as Cincinnati's given 3. It's in Cincinnati. Seattle's a much better team than they're actually playing. I don't know really what's going on. Maybe it's that been to the playoffs high up twice 2 years in a row, and now it's starting to fall apart a little bit. Injury, obviously. I just think Seattle's defense is strong, but I just don't think they're going to beat up on Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati's gonna win this one and go to 5-0 for the first time since 19. I'm trying to remember. Is it 85?
Wow.
Or 95? It was one of those. I read about it. They haven't been 5-0 since. Now, granted, Cincinnati's an amazing regular season team. They just can't win the freaking game in the playoffs. But since he's got something special going on right there, so I'm going Cincinnati.
Okay.
I would go to Gerald.
Yes.
No.
Oh, Gerald? Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that's
Gerald
fine.
now.
Gerald
That's
has
right.
to
The
go
order
second now.
The order. That's right.
Wait, no.
Are you in third place?
Look,
You're in third place.
look. That is part of this week. That does not matter. This is part of week 5. As of week 2, it was the same order. So we can continue.
No.
I mean, as of week 4, it was the same order. So
as of the end of week 4, you are in third place.
No, as of week 4, I was in second place. I lost the Thursday game. He
was
updated.
tied for second.
Yes.
So the tiebreaker was the Thursday game.
No, man, get out of here. No, get out of here. Go ahead and finish your pick, man.
Okay, I'll put my winning pick in before you put your losing pick in.
Okay, go ahead. Do your thing.
Let's see. The Seattle game, very, very scary, and more in more ways than one because I almost lost my fantasy game because of it. Seattle just doesn't look right, and with Marshawn Lynch not up to snuff, which is something people have been talking about for a while now. They said, you know what? When a guy carries the ball that much, eventually it's going to catch up to him. And I think that might be what DeMarco Murray might be suffering through this season, with all the balls he carried last year. But anyway, the Seahawks offense is not where it needs to be. The Bengals defense is solid. They're at home. I don't really see Andy Dalton doing a lot, but I still see the Bengals coming out on top by the final of 27-20.
Okay.
Cincy. All right. This game is really going to be a tough game, I believe. Cam Chancellor back makes a huge difference for Seattle. You can just see how their defense has changed since he came back. I just don't trust Seattle's offense. None of their receivers impress me. They do have Jimmy Graham, but he catches like 2 or 3 balls a game. I have to go with Cincinnati's offense and their defense to stop Seattle from scoring enough. So Cincinnati should win this game, I believe. We have Dr. Walter Sims in the house.
Dr. Walter Sims, yep.
Dr. Sims, what's up, man?
FCOP in the house.
Right on,
That's
FCOP.
It's guys, as you guys already know, I absolutely hate Cincinnati. I don't like Andy Dalton. I don't like what they do to me every week, and they win. I don't like it because I just don't like it. But at the end of the day, I don't really like I don't like Seattle's offense, as everyone's kind of pointed. With Marshawn Lynch not playing, that's basically how they basically do it. And they don't – Jimmy Graham's they're not just giving the ball. I don't even know the other receivers on the Seahawks. And Russell Wilson can run around and do great things, but I don't really know if that offense can do that against Cincinnati today. So I'm actually going to go with the Bengals here with, Andy Dalton. I think all bets on Andy Dalton right now. He's playing literally on fire, like he's playing like out of his mind. So I'm going to say he continues to do that, but I think it's going to be a close game.
I do too. Excellent. Cool. So everybody went Cincinnati, our first unanimous pick this week. Robert, we can't hear you.
Robert, can we hear you?
Can't hear you.
Do we have a guest person speaking this week?
Wait, we have Dr. Walter Sims. Danielle's always here.
Yeah.
Who would like to be our guest pick this week?
Who's going to be our guest pick for these amazing games?
Picked the Bengals. Danielle picked the Bengals.
Should we get Danielle on this one?
Danielle
the picker?
Are you picking with us this week?
Hey, she threw a picture up there, so we might as well.
All right, so okay. Danielle, I assume, is going with the Bengals with that picture. All right. Next game, Chicago. Taking the bus, heading south, going to Kansas City. I really feel bad for this game. I really feel bad. I've been thinking about this game a lot this week. And I heard down with Jay Cutler back that they filmed a new commercial with him. And there's been other commercials like this. But a box actually showed up on Jay Cutler's thing with the Swiffers on it. Now,
everybody's got props now.
So opening it up, he saw what this does, and KC is going to be using these Swiffers all over Chicago today. And it's going to pick up everything it possibly can. I'm talking interceptions, fumbles. This game isn't even going to count in the freaking Richter scale. It's going to go so high. Because KC is so pissed off about the past couple of weeks. So I'm going with KC, and they're bringing in the Swifties. So, Mr. Cutler, you're going to be really clean after this game.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, they're going to knock the dust off of there.
Everybody with the prompts now.
I love it.
What an epidemic, huh? Hey, I just want to give
that one.
I want to give a quick shout out to Sports World Radio. They're actually in the bullpen.
Oh yeah,
they
they're
have
good.
a show every night at 6:00. So welcome, guys. All right, Bears. Yeah, that was the controversial pick of the week last week, wasn't
it? Yeah, it was.
Ain't no controversy this week. Okay, they're going to Kansas City. As you said, Kansas City's lost 3 in a row, and they are not a happy bunch. Okay, I expect against that Bears defense that Alex Smith is actually going to resemble an NFL quarterback today, and I think Jamal Charles is going to go off. I even think that a Kansas City wide receiver might score a touchdown today, which happens once in a very blue moon. Yeah, I don't really see Bears putting up much of a fight, and the defense isn't that great, so I'm going 34-20, Kansas City.
All right. As everyone has already said, I think this is the proverbial beating of a dead horse here. This game is going to be a snooze fest, to say the least. Kansas City should, especially going back home, dominate this game. I don't see it being close at all. I think Jay Cutler gets hurt again. He goes to sleep, and Sports World Radio is picking an upset over there. He's going with the Bears. But I think Kansas City manhandles Chicago today. So, Kansas City.
It's all about attitude today.
Yeah, this one is very simple for me. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. I like I just it's at Arrowhead Stadium, one of the loudest stadiums. The Bears they just don't look that good. Like I said, the only real player that they have is Matt Forte. And, this is just my encouragement to all the Kansas City Chiefs fans out there, is that, they just need to get some Febreze out and just kind of spray it around because this game's going to be it's going to stink. This game's going to stink a lot. And I just want the Chiefs fans
Morgan and I are on the cleanup stage today together. Swiffers and Febreze.
Yeah, I just want them to Febreze the stadium. All Kansas City Chiefs fans, please, guys, please use your Febreze today. Just use
Swift and Febreze.
Yeah, that's it. These are the 2 products you need to use today because the game is gonna stink.
Hang on, I'm going to the kitchen.
So,
oh my God,
Morgan and I are on sync today.
Yeah, I mean, I got Alex Smith on a FanDuel. I just think he's gonna do good today. Good pickup. So
I really do.
And our guest picker Danielle has the sparkling Kansas City sign over there, so she is going KC. We're going to take our boy Sports World Radio's stuff down too, just to keep track with him. He actually picks the upset here. He went with Chicago. I think maybe he went to Chicago, had a Chicago dog this week or something.
I think because he's up at 6 o'clock in the morning, it kind of may have, fried his brain a little bit. So, those San Diego dude. He fried last night. He's up too early.
Okay. All right. So now next game.
So the game of the week.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Elliot, we get to speak first on this one.
Let's take cover.
Atlanta hosting those Redskins coming in. Gentlemen, I hate to do this to both of you. It's going to be a blowout. It's going to be a blowout. I hate to say this.
What is that? What was that?
I told you I was coming prepared
good.
today.
Oh
That was
my gosh.
He gets the prop of the week right there.
He
That
does.
is the prop of the
was
week.
hilarious.
I don't care what else comes on today. That gets prop of the week.
That's probably
That was
The way his hair
great.
was blowing, it all looked like all 1980s. You know?
Okay.
There you go. For you, Elliot, again.
Okay,
It's a
over
blowout.
to me.
Atlanta, I can't take the Storm anymore. Atlanta, Julio Jones, it'll be about a 47-10 game.
my God.
47-10.
47-10.
Holy.
Okay. All right, Rob.
Oh, God.
Oh wow, that's deep.
Robert's just a Redskin hater. He picks against them every week, so that's nothing new.
Is that it? Is that it?
Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I got to settle down from the win to make it.
All right,
Thank God for my glasses.
Before the king and the kid go at it.
Elliot, I'm actually going to go on a bathroom break on that because I figured they're going to be at it for about 10 minutes.
Oh my God. It's going to get ugly up in here. Okay, but anyway, let's get real, people. Washington's defense is not what it's cracked up to be, no matter what Gerald thinks. Okay, they are not going to go do anything in Atlanta that's going to resemble defense.
Okay.
And Atlanta's just going to – they got no running game.
Who has no running game?
Washington.
Gerald, you'll have a turn to talk.
You got Chris Thompson, Matt Jones, and Alfred Morris, and neither one of them can score 10 fantasy points in a week.
It's not a debate. Just say your piece, Elliot.
Okay, here we go. Falcons. I'm not going to say it's as bad as what Robert said because 48-10 is
47.
big. Oh, I'm sorry, 47.
Just going straight touchdown.
For me, it will be 38-20.
All right, so 10 points less than you threw that 10 points over to Washington.
Yeah.
Almost same amount of points, though.
Yeah.
Whatever the spread is, they'll cover it.
Well, that's 58. That's 58 points. You both picked a 50. Robert picked 57 points.
So we're in the same amount of points for the game. Yeah.
All
right. Commissioner.
Yeah.
You're
Here
up.
we go.
And then it's you, and then we go to.
This game here is going to be a lot closer than people think. Atlanta is really good. I can say nothing bad about them. I pick them every week. Now they come and they face an upstart Washington team.
Upstart?
Yes, definitely.
Upstart.
The defense will
You have to be winning to be upstart.
Listen, you talked. It's my turn. The defense is a lot better than people give credit for. The offense does have a running game. As long as Kirk Cousins doesn't throw one interception, because if he throws one, he throws four. That's his problem.
That's true.
The Redskins will be in this game. This will not be a blowout game. And if they don't turn it over, here's my upset of the week. The O has to go. Washington is going to upset Atlanta in Atlanta. Take it down, people. This is the upset pick of the week. If they're giving that 7.5, if you are betting, people, go to Vegas and get all your money today. 7.5 points. Take that team. Washington is going to beat Atlanta in Atlanta. Upstart. That's right.
All right, Morgan.
Wait, Morgan, before you go, okay? I couldn't hear you, Gerald. I couldn't hear you. There was some balls just flying by. I couldn't hear you, Gerald.
Oh my God.
So first off,
Brown Bucks want.
I want to
Brown
go
Buck wants some of what Gerald's on.
Yeah, I'm gonna address
I didn't
that.
hate on them, Brown Buck. I said they're great. I picked them every week. I just think their O goes today. That's all.
Guys, I just first off want to say that I'm gonna be fully responsible for billing Gerald's mental hospital bill when we're gonna have to check him in for that pick that he just made. I guess I'm gonna flip the whole bill. It's okay. We don't have to split it. I'm gonna flip the whole thing, guys, because Gerald clearly needs some help after making that pick on this show. And
you even scared the dog away.
Yeah, everyone's terrified. I think a couple people just kind of fainted after that pick. Guys, it's very clear that the Atlanta Falcons will win today. Kirk Cousins, I like Kirk Cousins. I've said that multiple times, but I just don't think that it will be possible to outscore the Falcons. I think it's going to be, I think the teams will score accordingly, but I just think you have to realize Atlanta is at home. And when Atlanta's at home, they're pretty much unstoppable. And just the way that they've been rolling with, everyone that's getting touches, you forget about Devontae Freeman. He actually leads the NFL in touchdowns, so let's not forget about him. And then we also have, basically Julio makes it too easy Jones over there. I really don't know what else to really say. The offense is just too good, and they're at home. I'm going to have to go with the Atlanta Falcons today. And just, Gerald, please do not disturb the Falcons today. That's basically how the Washington Redskins are going to look after this game. They're going to be very sad, and they're going to be very upset.
Okay.
Sorry. And, Falcons are going to win this game. So that's
all
my
right.
pick.
Danielle, who did you choose? Because you haven't put it up. It hurts my soul, but
She went with the Falcons, I'm guessing.
Falcons.
Dang.
She left Gerald sitting out on that cliff all by himself.
I have no problem with that. This is the bold prediction. Watch when the O goes, don't say anything. And Danielle, just like you got me for picking the Cowboys, shame on you. Shame on you, Danielle. We are born and raised in DC. Ride or die.
I just want to bring up the next game. The one in upstart, I like that word, Gerald. Cleveland Browns are visiting the one in downstart, Baltimore Ravens 3. So it's kind of an interesting situation there. We have kind of like two teams that are almost identical if you think about it.
They are.
They have strong defenses that tend to not show up at the right time in the game. They have offenses that kind of dwindle down to, we're here. It's a heartbeat. We'll occasionally show you something and then throw the ball away. So it's kind of like two apples.
Oh, boy.
So you got your green apple and you got your red apple. So... it's a tough situation when you got Baltimore right in the division with the Cleveland.
Can I say one thing?
We'll talk about Cleveland here.
We got produce.
Can I just say one thing with you, Robert, while you're talking? Just to drive home your point. I just want to drive home your point a little bit.
Well, the interesting thing is a lot of people don't understand that apples can rot very fast, except for Granny Smith apples. They seem to stay a little stronger, and they can poise themselves a little bit. And since that red apple that's rotten, and they stick with a quarterback that really shouldn't be a quarterback there in Cleveland, it should be, as Morgan does say, the Manziel train. Baltimore is actually going to be the healthier team today. And I know it's probably against the grain, and everybody's saying Cleveland's getting better and they're going to be strong, but Baltimore is going to win this game.
Robert lost his mind this week.
We done officially brought produce into the show for props.
Next!
That's a good way to incorporate a snack while you're picking. That's for sure.
Baltimore's going to win the game. I told Morgan last night he was on. I said, be ready for tomorrow. He didn't know what was coming.
These are next level
Oh,
props.
God, this man has me in tears today. Robert Seaster. But Robert, I just wanted to point out the fact that you said these teams are almost identical. Technically, they are identical. They are both the Cleveland Browns. You do understand that.
Yes.
Cleveland left Baltimore to go to Baltimore to become the Ravens. So technically, they are the same team. I'm just saying.
Oh, great. I got people saying we're
in history alone, I think.
Oh, don't worry, guys. I got 4 more to go.
Okay. Well, again, it all comes down to the fact that Cleveland really has no clue what they're doing. why Manziel is not quarterbacking is beyond me after the games he put up. Bottom line, they don't have a running game, really. Corral and whoever else is back there isn't doing much. Travis Benjamin seems to be the only bright spot on the team. And they're just
Manziel's playing.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, just Cleveland just doesn't have enough for me insofar as coaching and strategy and stuff like that. I just don't think they know what they're doing. Baltimore, on the other hand, now they've got something to build on. After going 0-3, they didn't want to go 0-4. Yeah, it was against Michael Vick, but they pulled out a really big game against Pittsburgh that night. And I see them carrying that momentum back home to play Cleveland. And it won't be that bad of a game, but I'm picking the Ravens 23-17.
All right. Well, this game is going to be a very close game. I do have to say that. It's always a dogfight when they play because Cleveland is always pissed whenever they see Baltimore because the fans are like, that's their team. So I don't trust Cleveland's offense that much. They are spotty and sporadic, to say the least. Flacco is still a pretty good quarterback, and I trust that the Ravens defense, even without Terrell Suggs, can show up enough that they will beat Cleveland. So I have to go with Baltimore as well.
I mean, as I always say on this show, if Johnny isn't playing, Cleveland loses. And I'm going to say the same thing again today. Johnny is not playing, Cleveland loses. If Johnny was playing, they'd be winning games. I'm saying this on the record. And as I say every single time, Johnny comes out and balls out, and he will make it happen if he was playing. But he's not playing, and that's what the Cleveland Browns will lose today, and the Ravens will win. My boy Justin Tucker is going to kick field goals and make it happen. And I'm just saying they need to call the Manziel signal, and they need to get him out there immediately. Get Johnny Football on the field so they can start winning games.
Man, look, we don't
terrible.
They don't need Tebow 2.0 in there. That's all he is.
Don't say that. 2.0. Do not say that.
He's Tebow 2.0.
Hey, Manziel,
he's a skinny version. He's a skinny version of Tim Tebow.
Don't disgrace.
Manziel can throw.
Don't disrespect
Tebow can
Manziel
throw.
like
he made
that.
the NFL.
Did you not watch the game where he won? Did we miss the game where he was throwing just dimes all over the place?
Tim Tebow couldn't throw up on a bad stomach, okay?
He won a playoff game.
Out of 4 games into today,
Johnny Football.
There's only one person who made one different pick.
Gerald.
Absolutely.
Watching every single thing we have had 16 people, 16 picks. 16 picks. One pick is the only one that's different so far. Nobody's going to move any ground at this point.
What? No. Keep going.
And nobody's going to lose any ground except for that one that made the difference.
Well, no, we already had the game, so he already lost the ground. No.
Okay, you'll see.
Oh, that's right. He did lose ground already.
All right, so let's go on. St. Louis, after that upstart victory over Arizona last week.
Oh my
coming on into Green Bay. Well, guys.
Oh God.
I got to give credit where it's due. St. Louis played Arizona well. They did their homework. They really kind of saw the way to attack on Arizona's offense, on what to do and keep them down and keep the running game down slow and let Gurley loose and everything else. But they got to do the same thing coming into Green Bay. Get that homework done on Aaron Brooks and everything else that's up there. So, unfortunately, for Gurley and the boys that are flying up to Green Bay, time to throw in the towel because the little white flag of surrender. This ain't no Arizona. This is Green Bay. In Green Bay. Hello. Just, get off the bus. Go try some cheese. Get a little maybe cheesehead for yourself. Root them on. Because you know something? There would be a more exciting game if Green Bay played their own defense
Wow.
than if they played the St. Louis Rams. The St. Louis Rams should get some tickets, get in the stands,
Oh, Jesus.
wave those green towels,
He's hammering
Oh, my
St. Louis.
goodness
and
gracious.
just basically say, guys, it's all yours. Green Bay all the way.
Wow.
You got St. I guess you got St. Louis now wanting to move back to LA.
I told you I was coming
After
prepared
that.
this week, okay?
After that diatribe.
Wow.
Anyway. Okay, so it's really, I mean, it really comes down to this. Okay, St. Louis did win, and from a cosmetic standpoint, people would believe that was an upset. However, St. Louis historically has always played the the Cardinals well. Okay, their games are usually really close, and St. Louis has been known to upset them. It's a division rival, and division teams tend to play a lot tougher in games against each other than outside of the division. Now, getting back to that, Green Bay is not in the same division. As a matter of fact, St. Louis, I don't think, is in the same league as Green Bay. So it goes without saying, Aaron Rodgers, James Jones, Randall Cobb, now this Richard Rodgers kid that's been upstarting lately.
That's his word.
That is my word.
That's not an arrow.
What in the world?
With that being said, I don't think the Rams have what it takes to go into Green Bay and pull the same upset that they did in Arizona. So I'm going Green Bay 27-16.
All right. My thing is the Rams seem to be an on and off again team. Green Bay is very consistent. You have Aaron Rodgers, you have Eddie Lacy, the receiving core, Cobb and Rodgers, and the other little guy. What's my man? James Jones. They picked him up off the street. He was bagging groceries, and he came in and caught touchdowns. So the thing is, it's so hard to beat Green Bay in Green Bay, and the Rams are just too inconsistent to do it. So it's definitely Green Bay. Green Bay kills them.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know how I feel about Aaron Rodgers.
Bromance.
He's just pretty much the
Bad man.
He's just pretty much the best. I mean, there's really
Come on, BS.
there's really not much to say. It's Aaron Rodgers. He's just gonna go out there and just really sling it and just destroy them. And the Rams only play good in their division, so that's when the only time that they get excited. And it seems that every time that when they play someone else, they're absolutely awful. So, and this is at home with the Packers. And, like Gerald said, James Jones got revived. And it just really, I think that at the end of the day, that just Aaron Rodgers is just going to decimate them. And this is going to be a bad game. And there's really no props really needed for this because it's just going to be a destruction, I think. So I'm going with the Packers winning against the Rams.
He said a destruction. He didn't say a beating. He said a destruction.
BSA. Hey, BSA. Just one time. What's Aaron Rodgers?
He's the bad man. He is.
He's a
bad guys. Aaron Rodgers. Jeez.
Okay. All right. What is our next game, Mr. Stern?
New Orleans is flying up north. You're checking out the flying skies of Philadelphia.
Another outdoor game for the Saints.
Yeah, another outdoor game for the Saints, but
for the weather elements by Elliott.
Well, I actually think. Yes, get ready for it, Morgan.
Goodness gracious.
You're thinking?
No. I don't need to think on this one. The Saints showed some Drew Brees back last week and a little bit of help and a little bit of health, and they're trying to get things back in order in their house. And Philadelphia, they're 1-3. They should actually probably be 2-3 or possibly 3-1 because they played a few games that were pretty close. And then they kind of blew it at the end. But they got something starting to brew there. Their running back's going to start hitting up again up in Philly. It's going to be in Philly. Don't really think there's too much of a weather factor going on here. But in all honesty, it's Philly's due. Philly's due big time. So I think the Saints may get into a little bit of what's that word they call when you start getting all out of control and you don't know what's going on and
frenzy.
Hyperventilating. They're not going to really see things going on too well, and they're going to get need those paper
Are you
bags.
saying they're going to have an anxiety attack?
What in the world is happening?
What the hell just happened? Philly just scored like all these times, and we have to play behind again. So I am predicting, and technically,
what? Look at him. He used so many props, he fell off.
What happened to Robert?
He got propped up. I'm back.
He propped out.
No, something happened on the thing. So I'm predicting, as much as Philadelphia is supposedly favored in this game, which actually surprised me.
No, they're at home.
No, it still surprised me. I'm going with the Philly win as a stone cold lead pop light by at least 2 touchdowns over the Saints.
Ooh, wow, really?
Robert C. Stern.
Get those bags, everybody ready. They're going to be. Drew Brees is going to be going, and even though we're not in Denver.
Oh man!
Yeah, he is Sports World Radio. He sure is.
Hey, I'm bringing it this week. You guys started the props. Don't worry, I got electric stuff starting next week. Electronic stuff being worked on as we speak.
That can be scary,
With a
dude.
special. I have a special dedication coming up to my man Morgan.
New Orleans got by with a win last week by the skin of their teeth. To somebody who really he is so forgotten that they didn't even cover him. CJ Spiller, okay? Nobody even was paying attention to him. That's how insignificant his career has become. So he got open. Drew Brees basically soft tossed him a pass, and he took it down the sideline. That's how New Orleans won, okay? Even with Drew Brees. Now, having said that, they're going on the road. I just don't ever like New Orleans outside of the dome, because it seems outdoors it's just not the same team. Okay, so having said that, the Eagles, yeah, they're stepping up a little bit. They're starting to find their way. It all comes down, in my opinion, to what Sam Bradford and DeMarco Murray can do. That's it. When it comes to Philly, that's it, and the defense, of course. Okay, so that being said, I look at this being a semi-close game. Well, actually, pretty close. I'm gonna go with the Eagles 24-23 over the Saints. Because they're at home.
I cannot believe how many of these games are picking the same. It's like, what the use are we doing this? We're not going to change the standings at all.
This game is going to be very, very close. I mean, both teams are inconsistent. I do love the fact that Drew Brees is back and they beat the friggin' Cowboys when I went against my whole heart and soul and picked the Cowboys. But as you said, it was just CJ Spiller's second game back off of injury, and he'll probably be hurt by the end of this game because he gets hurt every other week. I can find no reason to pick New Orleans and Philly. I can't. I like the Eagles here.
Okay. So wait, everyone's going Eagles so far?
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, this just makes sense. I mean, I really like just the Eagles, paying their dues here and kind of understanding that now is the time for them to arise. And, all these things that's going on and, Chip Kelly's on the hot seat. I think that they have to go out and do their thing. So This is an easy pick for me, and I'm choosing the Philadelphia Eagles. No, psych, I'm not picking the Philadelphia Eagles because that doesn't make any sense. I'm choosing the New Orleans Saints for this game. I'm actually going to go with Drew Brees. I'm going with the sleeper pick, Willie Snead. The Eagles are too sketchy for me, and I don't like what they're doing over there. I think Chip Kelly is a mental head case right now, and he has no idea what he's doing, and he's trying to convince us that he is. And so I'm going with Drew Brees and the Saints. Despite what Elliot's fear of the elements are, I'm going with the New Orleans Saints, and they're winning this game, and the Eagles take a loss.
Baby Stephen A. with the double wording there, a mental head case.
Mental head case.
Going with the Saints.
Mental head
Well,
case.
we're finally coming to a game that we might have a complete difference of opinion of 2-2 or something like that. The lovely 1-3 Jacksonville Jaguars are visiting the lovely 1-3 Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
We can't forget Danielle picked
Philly. Yes, I already got it down.
So. Okay.
So this is an interesting game. The Jaguars and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm just gonna put it out there because it's kind of the battle upstart. Yeah. Jacksonville on one coast, Tampa on the other coast. So it's kind of the battle of the beaches where both teams should probably be today.
The beach ball.
No, they really need to just go play a little flag football and nobody will get hurt.
Oh, my God.
Because basically neither one of these teams is going anyplace this year. So, I mean, I think they should kind of head down to the beach, play a little ball, check out the women in the bikinis. Maybe they have a better shot because I actually predict this game to probably be one of the lowest scoring games of the season. Because, believe it or not, they're really built both more on defense than they are on offense. As much as Jackson, I understand Tampa Bay's got that wonderful quarterback who had that amazing start of the season, and I haven't seen since. I think he's hanging on the beach too much. So this is a tough call, but I have to stay true to my heart.
Rob.
Elliot's just jealous.
Oh my God!
So I have to stay true to my form, and I got to go with Jacksonville. I just think they're going to be able to be the first team to go to 2-3 with this type of situation. So I'm taking Jacksonville over Tampa. Throwing it to you, Big E.
Okay.
You want the ball too?
No, you can go ahead and play with it.
Better than a couple of balls, one big one.
Okay. Tampa.
What's happening?
Bill, Jameis Winston, again, very, very green. Okay. The guy finds a way to lose games at this point in time. Give him time. I'm sure he'll fix that eventually. Right now, again, they don't have really a running game to speak of. Doug Martin, he was a flash in the pan a few years ago and hasn't been the same since after injury. There's really nobody else in that backfield to speak of that could step that up. Wide receivers, I mean, Mike Evans will show up every now and then. He's a good ball player, but right now Jameis is not feeling him, I guess. I have no idea what's going on there. Tampa's defense is always going to play tough. But the Jaguars, you know what? They're showing that they might be, a little closer than a lot of the teams that don't have a chance for postseason play. I think I'll see some improvements in Jacksonville. Their wide receiver core is good. That kid TJ Yeldon is going to be a force. Some people actually calling him a smaller version of Le'Veon Bell. With that being said, I say Jacksonville. Bortles is playing well. The defense is holding their own. It's going to be a close one, but I still say Jacksonville 23, Buccaneers 19.
All right. Mr. Elliott. This is the battle of the beaches, as Robert said. I am not enamored with either team. Neither team is special. I can't call either team an upstart team. So since that's our word of the week, the fact is that if Jameis Winston doesn't throw 4 picks every game, they would not be in the position they are.
Okay.
I don't think Jacksonville's defense is going to force enough turnovers for Jameis to throw 4 interceptions. If he throws 2, they still beat Jacksonville. So in this game, I am going with the Buccaneers to take down the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I don't agree with this at all. I'm literally like the Buccaneers, Jameis Winston is, I don't know. He's just out there right now. I thought he would be doing better. I like Mike Evans. I think Mike Evans is real. I think if he had the right quarterback, I think he'd be the most dominant receiver in the game.
Bigger than Julio Jones?
I honestly think he could rival Julio Jones. Yes, I think he can. I absolutely love Mike Evans. I watched him while he was playing with Johnny Football. As you guys already know, I love Johnny Football. So Mike Evans to me is the reason why Johnny Football was so great. He was if Mike Evans wasn't there, I think that we could say that Johnny Football would not have maybe gotten the Heisman numbers because Mike Evans bailed him out a lot of situations. If you watch a lot of games, Mike Evans did that for him. But it just seems to me that they can't get him the ball. And they have Vincent Jackson, too, which I don't understand why they can't get them both the ball. And it seems that Doug Martin just really can't run as he used to. The Duggernaut, he's basically a Dugger nothing right now. He can't do anything. So it just seems that I like the Jaguars because they seem to be playing with a chip on their shoulders. They seem to be playing with the edge. It seems every game that they're in, they're really playing football. They're not getting just destroyed. So I'm going with the Jaguars here. I think Bortles shows up. I think Hearns shows up. And I think Yeldon actually shows up in this game as well. And I think the Jaguars really pull this out. I think it's going to be a close game, though. But I think that the Jaguars are going to win this game.
Awesome. And our guest picker, Danielle, went with Tampa Bay. All day, Tampa Bay.
So you and Danielle are going down with the ship.
We're not going down with the ship.
Going down with the ship.
We will pick up. Okay, I'm not saying anything. You're going to see. You see what the screen says. Anyway,
we will see.
Go ahead, Robert.
Anyway, let's head on down to Yonders. Let's get down to Nashville where Buffalo.
The question is what?
Question is what?
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 Mm-hmm.
To Gerald State.
What?
No, we're moving on to the next game. Buffalo's flying into Nashville. Tennessee, Buffalo. Interesting game, actually. Buffalo should be extremely upset after last week.
Yes, Lord.
Because there is no way in a blue moon that they should have been manhandled the way they were by the New York Giants. Now, don't get me wrong. The Giants' defense is a very good defense right now. They're playing very well on defense. But they're sure not playing that well on offense, and Buffalo should have had them on that side, and they didn't even have them there. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what's going on in the Buffalo heads, but I think they're coming into Nashville angry about what happened last week. Not that they lost, but the way that they lost. And I think they're going to take it out on Tennessee. Okay. And I think they're going to take it out hard on Tennessee. In fact, I think this is going to be a blowout. Buffalo is going to walk in the door, and they're just going to start. I don't care if it's defense or offense. It's going to be like watching the replacement games when they beat the crap out of those players in the first play just to get back in that final game against – oh, wait, it was a Washington team they had to play. So I just think Buffalo is going to dominate from the moment that whistle is blown.
Wow.
Till the party afterwards that night. By the time they get home, Tennessee is still not going to know what happened and came in with this. Obviously, gentlemen, I'm going with Buffalo. Excuse me.
He dropped the mic. He dropped the mic. What is going on? Robert is live and alive today. Robert C. Stern is wide awake, people.
I ain't taking no prisoners today.
Man, how do you follow that up? Anyway, okay, so we've got Buffalo. Excuse me, the upstart Buffalo Bills.
Upstarts. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh.
Against the semi-downtrodden Titans. Titans, you know what? They can compete to a certain extent, but there's still something wrong with that team. Mariota, inexperienced still. He does play. I think he's better right now than Winston is, for sure. But I just don't see Tennessee as an overall team that can contend too much, especially with a team like Buffalo. Buffalo is going to be outraged. They got to be outraged after a loss to the Giants at home. And I just see Taylor to Clay. The running back situation is muddled. I hear that they're talking about going with Anthony Dixon. Is that right? And possibly Boom Herron. There's going to be a lot of passing going on with Buffalo this week. So the way I see it, we're looking at Buffalo. There will be no Music City Miracle, by the way. 31-23 Buffalo. No Music City Miracles.
All right. This game right here is a compelling one. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be pretty tight. Mariota actually is having a decent season. He's not great, but he's not terrible right now. I think Buffalo let us all down last week because everybody thought that they were ready for prime time, and they blew that game there. So I like Tyrod Taylor. I think he bounces back this week. Carlos Williams, and actually LaShawn McCoy is back this week as well. So I think Buffalo's offense is going to be too much for the defense of Tennessee. So I have to go with Buffalo here.
Yeah, I just
is LaShawn McCoy playing?
I think he's supposed to play this week.
No, he's out.
No, he's out.
He's out. Him and Carlos Williams are out.
Carlos is out too.
That?
Yep. It's going to be Anthony Dixon and Boom Herron.
Ain't gonna matter.
Yeah, Watkins is out too.
Sammy Watkins.
And Watkins is out?
Yeah, Watkins is out. I just got an update.
Well, that's not a big deal. Watkins hasn't been doing anything anyway.
He's helpful.
Are you changing your picks because of that, Gerald? Or are you staying with what you got?
I like Buffalo's defense better still.
Okay. I just think that Buffalo's pretty upset at this point, and I think they just need to really prove themselves. I'm not going to say this is a blowout. I think it's actually going to be a close game. I think both teams will respectively score, but I think that Buffalo really need to win this game. And then they've had a lot of hype coming into this season, and they really haven't shown exactly a full game where they can actually do what they need to do, I believe. So I think they're really going to come out here and really give a really good game, and I think Tennessee will give a good game. I think Mariota's actually shown that he can be actually a quarterback, and he's proving himself week by week. And I think this is going to be a close game, but I'm going to go with Buffalo, the Buffalo Bills here, because like Gerald said, I like the defense. I think they'll show up, and I just think they're going to really just win this game just because based on how upset they were from last week, and it just would be embarrassing if they got destroyed again.
And Danielle, our guest picker, Danielle, the VP, is waving the Buffalo flag. And our good friend, Mr. Sports World Radio, he is saying Titans all the way.
Well,
I could see that too.
I could too.
I can't.
Morgan, where are you going?
It's a toss-up, but I'm still going with Buffalo.
I'm going with Buffalo, but I guess I can see the Titans winning.
Yeah, I could too. That's why I said I think it's going to be a close game. This is a pick 'em.
Not even a chance. Buffalo.
This is a pick 'em.
Yeah.
All right. Arizona flying into Detroit, which kind of makes this a very, very interesting game. And the reason I say this is that Arizona just got,
We'll bring them over.
How do we say it?
Open the bigger.
I'm looking for my
Oh, Lord, he's got another prop.
upstart St. Louis Rams over Arizona. So Arizona just got, kind of taken off a little notch there to go 3-1. And then there's Detroit, who's 0-4, has Stafford, who really is a decent quarterback. He really, really is. And he's got an arm. He's got some mechanisms there to move the ball, and Megatron and all these things going on, and they're playing tough in games now, but they just can't seem to put it away. So this game is in Detroit, which this game is basically the deciding value of Detroit's season. Because if they go 0-5, it's over. It's just completely over. They're not going to be able to battle in that division anymore. I mean, it's hard to believe that Detroit is 0-4, and in their division they're behind Chicago at 1-3. Because Detroit is definitely a better team. So I think this is going to be a game that actually may come down to the field goal kickers. Even though it's in Detroit. And it's going to be who might have the ball last.
That's my camera.
And I think Detroit's going to squeeze out a win on this and maybe try to start to turn their season a little bit around. So I'm going to go with Detroit, which is an upset. But I think Detroit can do it.
Once again, Detroit, no running game. Whatever they got going on in the backfield, it's not going on. And Matthew Stafford has been erratic. I think a lot of his problem is between the ears. It's a sad situation for guys like Megatron, whose production definitely is suffering because of Stafford's inconsistencies, just as is Golden Tate and the rest of that offense. The defense, but then again, Seattle isn't even clicking on all cylinders at this point. So that could be something that, I don't know. I look at it this way. Arizona lost their first game to a division team. Their defense is still going to be the same. Their offense is still going to be the same. And I just don't see Detroit winning this game. It'll be close. I got Cardinals 17-13 over there.
All right.
Ellington's back this week too, right?
Doesn't really matter here. I think I think Detroit's going to fight like heck. Matthew Stafford's only problem is he likes to play in the fourth quarter. I mean, the beginning of the game, he usually.
Just to answer that question, they just did a report on ESPN about that they just said the first 3 quarters of the game, the coach takes over and he hands it over to Stafford in the fourth. If they let Stafford have it the whole game, I think this would be a completely different thing.
I believe it could be. I mean, Stafford just, in the fourth quarter, he is one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the NFL. But for some reason, they won't start Amir Abdullah because Theo Riddick is not the answer. Neither is Joique Bell at running back. But they won't. They let Abdullah play like 10 snaps, give him the ball twice. He always does something special. They won't play him. And I cannot go with Arizona after that embarrassing loss at home. Losing, I don't see any way they go and lose back-to-back. I have to go with Arizona here. I think Arizona beats up on Detroit.
Yeah, I just the Lions are just really disappointing. Kind of at this point, we're gonna pray. The Lions are just really disappointing right now. Stafford just doesn't look right. Like you said, he kind of just shows up in the fourth quarter and he doesn't realize there's actually 4 quarters in football. That doesn't really make sense to me. I don't understand. You only show up for 1 quarter. Should we give you a fourth of your salary? So I don't know. There needs to be something done there because he only shows up for the fourth quarter. Doesn't really make sense. So that's just how I see that. But I really think at the end of the day that the Cardinals are going to win this. They're at home, and I think they're really going to come back and be like, hey, they shouldn't have lost to the Rams, but it happens. And I think Fitzgerald is going to light up the Lions defense because we haven't pointed the Lions defense. I don't think they really have a defense at all. So I think they're not even there. They're horrible defense. So really, I think that Fitzgerald and the Carson Palmer connection is going to be there. and they're going to light that up. And then the defense on the Cardinals side is going to be able to hold down. The secondary is going to be able to hold down Megatron, which actually I don't even want to really call him Megatron. I want to call him that little Autobot that's in the little Decepticon that's in
I kind of downgraded him myself to like Lego.
He's basically a Decepticon to me. He's the little one, the small guy, you know, the annoying one in Transformers 2 who's like making a bunch of noise and not making sense. That's pretty much what Calvin Johnson is right now to me. He's the little Decepticon running around and making noise because he can't do anything. And that's not really his fault. It's really Stafford. The thing is, like, Megatron can't be Megatron if he's not being Megatron. He's not making the catches. So he's a little thing running around. And then that just makes Golden Tate completely irrelevant. So then their passing game falls down, and Amir should be starting as running back, and he's not. And that just really makes everything up, and it messes everything up. So that's really
bottom line is you're taking Arizona.
I'm taking Arizona. I just really had to point out why Detroit's not winning.
Detroit's just bad right now. One thing for my fantasy people, if you have John Brown on your team, you should play him this week. He's going to annihilate Detroit secondary. Their nickel corner stinks.
Who is Danielle picking? Because she wrote "Wing and a Prayer" with
she
a
put
lion.
She put the lion.
Is she
Wing and a
picking
prayer.
the Lions, or they say they only have a. I'm waiting for her to say it again. Lions win. She's with me. Look at that. So everybody so far has went out on one game. Otherwise, we're pretty much all the same. All right. You know what's an interesting story this week? Morgan's smiling already because he's like, all right, it's coming. So my daughter loves to bake. I mean, from scratch. She doesn't get the cake sets out and all this stuff. She's the eggs, the flour, the everything else. And, you know, I started looking at this New England Dallas game.
Oh, boy.
And I'm sitting there going, wow, you know, New England, they're on all four cylinders. They're getting ready. They had their week off. But Belichick, you know, he's not that type that lets people sit. Kind of keeps brewing it more. And Dallas is in this, like, sky, you know, they just jumped out of a plane, don't even have a parachute on. Romo's gone. Bryant's gone. Got rid of their best running back last year. I mean, we don't know what the hell's going on. So my prediction of this game is kind of like baking. It's time to get the rolling pin out.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Because New England is going to be rolling all over Dallas.
Hey, Robin, is there anything left in your kitchen?
No,
exactly.
There's more coming. Don't worry.
Or are you in the kitchen?
Oh my God.
I got the rolling pin out for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Because New England is going to leave. They're going to start off where they left off. I think their last game they scored close to 50 points. Dallas is actually good on defense. Not. Not. So I actually think this is going to be New England's highest scoring output of the season. Wow. They are going to put up numbers that Dallas has no idea what's coming. And we're going to see Jerry Jones and all those guys sitting up in the box going, not how about them Cowboys? They're going to be like, where the fuck are those Cowboys?
Oh my God!
They're going to be
no respect whatsoever.
Oh my God!
Okay. By the way, if you haven't figured out, I choose New England.
Wow.
This guy, Robert, is on fire, people.
That's so much.
Robert C. Stern is in rare form today.
You are so disrespectful.
How about them Patriots?
Wow.
I'm going to tell you what, the Cowboys, no, there's nothing there. I mean,
that's what I'm going to tell you about.
It's going right back to what I said.
Nothing there.
Nothing.
Wow.
Okay. There's nothing there. There's nothing. They might show up with defense because that's pretty much what they're a little consistent for. But here's the key, and this is the key anytime this happens. Bill Belichick, 2 weeks to prepare. There's no chance that the Cowboys win this game. I won't go out on a limb and say they're going to score more than 51 points, but I got them winning 38-20. And that's after they go up about 38-10.
I was going to say, and who's quarterbacking for New England again? I mean, for Dallas?
Whedon.
Yeah, and he's got 2 weeks to prepare for a guy named Whedon.
Well,
exactly.
Yeah,
Whedon's going to be looking like a weeble.
All I'm going to say is Dallas is definitely in the weeds. They are in the weeds for real. No Dez, no Romo.
Yeah.
They do get Greg Hardy back this week, which will help some pressure, but that's not going to help. That's not going to help enough.
Yeah,
for them to stop New England. So just like that little doggy I put over there is dancing, that's how the Patriots are going to be dancing all day long. So New England dominates Dallas, and I feel good saying it.
Guys, I mean, this is I'm just gonna have to make an announcement. Like we're all waiting. Announcement here. This is pretty much an execution. This is going to be an execution. That's why I have to do this, because it's just going to be like hear ye, an execution. So everyone really, prepare for this game. This is going to be very bad. This is going to be a rated R game, because you're going to see a destruction. You're going to see just a lot of tears on the Dallas Cowboys sideline. And Jerry Jones is going to be very upset. This is going to be the highest output game. 10x full. It's going to be 10x. This is going to be the highest output score game by far on Sunday. If you have Tom Brady, Edelman, Gronk, any New England player, you will be getting a lot of output, because you have to take in consideration that Belichick has had 2 weeks to prepare. You're giving the mad genius 2 weeks to prepare for a game.
Yellow button.
And it's Dallas. This is just going to be so bad.
Crystal.
And I'm going with the Patriots. So, yeah. This is just going to be bad. It's the dogs. That's how it's going to be. What are we doing here?
Now turn the TV off again and turn it back on.
But I really wish that Dez and Tony Romo were playing, because then the decision actually would change for me. It would actually take a lot more thought for me to do this, but it's just the fact they just don't have any other players. And Greg Hardy, I don't even know what he's thinking. He's going to get demolished. So there it is.
Shit. You have to wait.
Wait, my man, Sports World. I know. Please tell me you didn't pick Dallas, Sports World. My man.
No.
I'm telling you right now, Sports World picked Dallas. He just got his ass kicked out of there.
Yeah, no, he hates
Robert
Dallas.
was going to throw you out if you picked Dallas.
Kaboom!
That gets you a bounce pass.
Oh, man.
He hates Dallas.
All right. So next game, very emotional game.
What?
Really gets to me what's going to happen in this game.
Oh God.
It's a situation that there's going to be a lot of crying in this game. I just can't take it. It's just the Manning coming down with Denver down to Oakland, and I just really feel bad for these guys. What
is wrong with Robert Stern this morning?
My heart bleeds for them. Excuse me a minute. I need some more.
Oh my gosh.
After all that work they put in the beginning of the season with those plays and those situations, it just really hurts me. These grown men will be crying hysterical. And I just hate to put that. Oakland's beating their ass. Oakland is going to upset Denver in Oakland. You're going to see Manning cry. Oakland. Manning has thrown an interception in every game this year so far. And their running team in Oakland is starting to pick up steam. Do not underestimate Oakland. This is a division game. Oakland wins by 6 points, upsetting Denver. But I had you going.
Obviously, there were some chemicals in that tissue. What you put in them tissue paper obviously messed with your brain cells.
I just like watching all your faces like crying.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Crying. Yeah, that's what you better hang on to that tissue because your pick just went down.
Yeah, Danielle put up the
wild one, and it always works.
Oh, okay. Upset of the week. Okay. Well,
That's
guess
my
what?
upset of the week.
Raiders. I have no respect. They lost to the Bears. Broncos, 24-17.
It's okay.
and that's Elliott's second team. So
And remember who picked the Bears over the Raiders.
That defense, yeah, accidentally. But anyway.
Yeah, accidentally.
For being obstinate.
I said it was going to be a pick'em game. It came down to a field goal in the last second.
For being a contrarian.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
but anyway.
This game, like I told you, I believe that Denver's vulnerable after this week. I told you that it seems like Peyton Manning always finds a way to start 5-0. Doesn't matter where he is. And I'm going to stick with that. I picked against him once. I'm not going to do it again. He gets to 5-0. Denver wins this game, man. Stop playing with yourself. I love the shenanigans, though, Robert. It was beautiful. Man, did you ever take acting classes, Robert? You should.
All natural.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe
not. Hey guys, don't forget he picked the upstart Vikings last week against Denver too.
But Gerald even said they played him tough. And you're the one who said they'll get 10 points a quarter with Manning against Minnesota, and they only won by a field goal. Danielle went Denver, which leaves Morgan.
All right, so.
No, don't sing.
I'm not gonna sing. I'm not singing. I'm singing. I'm just announcing. This is just an announcement. I have announcement props. This is an announcement that needs to be made. The tribal communion of the defense committee. You have to understand that the Denver Broncos defense is outstanding, and it's the only reason really why the Broncos are winning. Peyton Manning's not throwing all his amazing touchdowns. The offense is still there, but they're not as explosive as last year. So the defense has arisen and they have a rise. They've arisen, and the defense has been summoned to completely annihilate everything that the Raiders will try to do. I don't think Amari Cooper will be able to do as much as he would want to, and I don't think I don't know if Murray's playing. He might be hurt, I heard, or Julio might be in his place. But I think that it doesn't really matter what tries to go there. I think the Raiders are an upstart team, but I don't think they're going to be able to upstart over the Broncos defense, which is clearly the best defense in the NFL right now.
I love it, Morgan. He said they won't be able to upstart over them.
So what you're saying is they're going to be upstop.
Yes, they're going to get upstop.
Abruptly.
So the thing I would say is that Amari Cooper is special, but he's like a one big play a game type of thing right now. They can't get him to the ball consistently, so that's the thing. He's good for a touchdown though.
All right.
That brings us to the Sunday night game, right?
That brings us to the lovely Niners flying into the East Coast, across the country to Sunday night, visiting the New York Giants. Now, you know what these two teams remind me of? Kind of a game. My daughter plays this game once in a while, but it's an eating game. It's called the Bean Boozled Challenge. Because you know what happens with the Bean Boozled Challenge?
Oh, Lord.
You get two teams that kind of look alike. And one is sweet and one is shit. And the problem is with these two teams, You just don't know which one you're going to get each week. So, San Francisco could come out strong and do some damage because they really need to do something to get back on the boards. The Giants' defense is extremely good. That's the only thing that I give the game, and that's what I give the difference between this game. The Giants' defense is going to upstart the San Francisco 49ers offense, and they're going to win the game. And I'm going to predict my bold prediction of the week, not my upstart Oakland over Manning, not any of the other Philadelphia. The Giant defense will score not one, but 2 touchdowns over San Francisco.
Wow.
That is my bold point of the week. Now, if you think I'm going to eat these things and find out I'm getting the chocolate poo-poo,
Oh my God, we need this Robert every week. Robert's on fire today.
He's on fire.
Robert has arrived.
I got the props, man. I got a kid.
There you go. There you go. I'm gonna have to raid my kid's room next week.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Too funny, dude.
Okay.
Too funny.
So Niners and Giants. It's kind of a tough one for me because I'm a fan of both teams. Wow, Kaepernick's awful. He's looked awful this season. Outside of that garbage time game and the first game against Minnesota, he's really looked bad. Carlos Hyde, one game, and he hasn't shown up since. 49ers, just the receivers can't. You can see the frustration in the receivers as Kaepernick overthrows or underthrows or just can't hit those receivers. Torrey Smith had a disgusted look when he got off the field on one play. Anquan Bolden, same thing. The body English in San Francisco is not good at all right now on both sides of the ball. So that being said, the Giants pretty much showed up and made their claim that, this team could very well be 4-0 at this point had they not blown 2 games at the beginning of the season in the fourth quarter. Okay. So they're pretty tough. Their defense has risen to a level that is customary of Giants football. And I just believe that with that and Manning stepping up his game a little bit, Odell Beckham, I mean, it's not going to be nice for the 49ers. I won't say 2 touchdowns, but 27-17 will be the final.
Yeah, this game right here, the 49ers outside of that first game where they unexpectedly dominated Minnesota haven't looked they've looked like we thought they would, so I don't think that changes this week. I've never ever been a huge Eli fan, but he has great weapons now. The defense is playing well enough that they'll shut down San Francisco. So in this game, I feel like the Giants are gonna just mollywop San Francisco.
I'm sorry, can you spell that?
Mollywop?
Mollywop.
What the hell is that? What's a mollywop?
I know what that is, but
Yeah.
geez.
Mollywop. Is that Mollywhop?
Yeah, I know Molly. It's Mollywhomp. Mollywop.
Mollywop.
Yeah.
Mollywop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Sounds like a personal thing to me.
Yeah, they're gonna so I gotta go with the Giants.
That sounds like something you do behind closed doors, man.
I know. Elliot, those people down in the DC area,
Yeah, apparently you gotta be
they're all
careful.
about behind closed doors. I got it.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, to me, the Giants are going to win this game. I don't like the Giants whatsoever. I don't like Eli Manning. I laugh at Tom Coughlin when he gets upset. It's just really funny. But I just don't like the Giants at all. But I'm going with the Giants here because of it's just really simple because I think Colin Kaepernick really needs to get this. He really needs to get moisturized for his eyes because he can't throw. He throws picks. He looks absolutely disgusting as a quarterback. It's disgraceful.
So you agree with me that there could be 2 defensive touchdowns?
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. He looks so bad. he lost his coach, and now he looks horrible. So
he looks Tebow-ish.
If Kaepernick sees this, if someone can send this message to him, tell him to buy this. He needs to moisturize his eyes so he can actually make some decent throws for once in his life right now, because it just looks really bad for him. And it doesn't really matter who else his weapons are. He can't get them. He can't do anything. So I'm going with the Giants here. They'll definitely win this game, and that's really what it is.
So are you saying that Cap is like on the
Whoa. Did Danielle
Tebow level?
She went with the 49ers.
Danielle is rooting for all of the NFC East to lose, as she should. This is going to be hard.
Wow. Well, guys, that brings us to Monday night. San Diego, Pittsburgh.
Wait, Brown Buck said he thinks that Michigan
can
beat the 49ers.
I agree with
Wouldn't
you.
doubt it.
I think Michigan would go for 4 games now in a row, making no scoring on them at all if they played the Niners this week.
Yeah.
Okay, who you got?
So Pittsburgh's flying out to San Diego. Man, who would have thought coming into this season in Game 4 that we'd be sitting there going, does Pittsburgh even have a season left? I don't think they do. I think their season might be over. I think without Ben, with all this time that they're going to be without him, I think it's going to hurt them. They're in a tough division. Baltimore's scratching to get it back on the board. Cleveland's actually a decent team. It's just hiding behind the wrong quarterback that they have. I'm not saying Manziel's the answer, but it's from the 2 they have, Manziel's the better option.
Yes.
And then you got Cincy, which is just going off all freaking cylinders. I mean, that's like an 8-cylinder gun in a 4-cylinder race. So I got to go with San Diego on this game, only because of the quarterback situation. I understand the running game of Pittsburgh is strong. I understand they got a great receiving team. But I just don't see the situation in quarterback as strong for the Steelers, and they need that strength behind it to lead the team. And I got to go with San Diego with the win. And it's a shame because I think Pittsburgh with Ben Roethlisberger is always a good team.
Yeah, to me, it's pretty simple at this point. I mean, Steelers got a lot of weapons still. Those weapons haven't gone away. They just got the wrong guy conducting the orchestra at this point. And I mean, Vic is Vic, and he hasn't been the Michael Vick that people used to gawk over all the time back in the day. He was huge, but time and circumstance has really taken its toll on him, and everybody's caught up with him. He's taken too many hits, and he's just, I mean, you can see just in his game alone, he's afraid out there. He looks scared when he's playing. And to me, when you have that fear written all over you, that gives defenses something to go after. Okay. San Diego's been playing well. They had a hiccup against Minnesota, but Minnesota's a good team at home. Rivers is playing
lights out.
I mean, he's playing really well right now.
Really good.
I'd take Rivers on any football team, period, as a quarterback.
You take Woodhead, Melvin Gordon starting to show a little shine. The receiver core, I mean, they're coming out with receivers from everywhere. This Inman guy last week, and they got Keenan Allen. And I mean, they're just and then they got Antonio Gates back. So
yep,
you got Phillip Rivers, main dude, coming back. It's not. I mean, it's still going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a shootout.
Can you imagine when Gates starts getting back in there? What's going to happen to Allen because they can't cover both of them?
I'm about to cover that. I'm about to cover that in a minute.
True. That's true.
Exactly.
I mean, it's starting to become a situation where they're getting. Once they got Gates back, that's going to open up a whole lot around the field. And if there's any one thing that Phillip Rivers is, he's a classic gunslinger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he's going to side on the hell out of Pittsburgh. But I don't think the defense is going to hold up as well. I got a close one, high scoring, 30-27. Sorry.
Okay. This is a very, very tough game. And I feel like you all are just being completely and utterly disrespectful to Pittsburgh and Michael Vick, who should have beat Baltimore last week, had a kicker not missed 3 field goals that were extra points.
I agree with you. I picked Pittsburgh.
Can I put these?
They got dominated by Baltimore. They missed 3 field goals that were essentially extra points. And you guys are talking about, oh, Michael Vick's so bad. Oh, he looks terrible. He's old. He didn't look bad last week. The kicker missed 3 field goals.
Scooby.
So here's the thing. Scooby went to go get some Scooby snacks, and he's on the streets now. So, you know, the Scooby snacks, you know, are can't be categorized as legal marijuana, as they would say. So, you know, yeah, marijuana, Mary Jane. You know, so you know, he's smoking some Scooby snacks where he needs to be. I believe Pittsburgh comes back this week.
Oh,
and they are going to put that thing on San Diego in San Diego. They are mad. They are upset. I go with Pittsburgh.
Morgan, I know where you stand because we already started talking a little bit about it.
Yeah, I mean, I see where Gerald's going. And, you know, your boy Scobie, he messed me up. So I'm not happy about this kicker at all. I'm glad he's on the streets. I think I actually saw him at Walmart when I was getting some cereal.
So I think he was lacing some shoelaces. Laces out.
Yeah, he was telling me about all those kicks he missed. And I was like, come on, man, that's not good. You don't need to do that. So, you know, I've seen him. So I don't like him at all. But Michael Vick played well. And I think Michael Vick played well. I don't think people expect him to play well. I'm not discounting Pittsburgh, but you have to understand where the Chargers are at. And this is what I'm going to have to tell you, is that Phillip Rivers is literally on fire. Like, he's on fire and people are still sleeping on him, but he's putting up major points right now. He's doing the things that need to be done. And people are forgetting that people didn't realize that Antonio Gates is back. Okay. Antonio Gates is back. And even at his age and even where he's at, he was consistently scoring last season a lot of points. He was on my fantasy team. He was scoring a lot of points. He was just in the end zone, catch, touchdown. And that is Phillip Rivers' favorite target. And you're adding that with Keenan Allen. And you're adding that with Keenan Allen as well, who's going to basically get catches. And then the other receivers are going to start getting catches. And it's going to be almost to be like, what's going on? And you're also forgetting about Woodhead. Woodhead is still going to run routes and still run and do the things that needs to be done. And as we're getting away from kind of the running game for this Chargers, we're getting into the passing game where we're going to have, you know, Woodhead coming out with routes and catching balls. And so I don't really see how, you know, they're going to be able to stop all those weapons. That's a lot of stuff going on. And so it's not that I'm discounting the Steelers offense. I'm discounting the Steelers defense because there's just going to be too much to handle. And I think the Chargers are going to come out and win this game.
I think Allen's going to have a huge game. Because of Gates being back, they're going to keep an eye on Gates, and Allen's going to get out there.
I think Gates is going to have a huge game.
Yep.
I think all the receivers are going to have a huge game.
Yes. Woodhead is going to have a huge game too.
Yeah, I mean,
400 yards of throwing, and you know it's going to be spread out now.
Oh gosh.
So I guess you're taking San Diego.
Yeah, I'm taking San Diego.
And Danielle took the Chargers also.
3 Chargers players in this FanDuel roster right now.
I want to tell you something. There's not a lot of differences in the picks as they go down the list.
Hey, man,
I've
been the Lone Ranger on a few picks. I have no problem.
I believe in my picks.
I believe mine.
I'm good with mine.
My props have showed my spirit. I told you I was bringing the props.
Of the week. Props of the week went to Robert.
Yeah, Robert did some props today.
And I think the famous one will be
the blower. The blowout.
The blowout. Oh, it's on Washington Redskins. Oh, okay.
It's the Atlanta game, baby.
It's gonna be a blowout. You might as well just
all right. So we're gonna sign off. I can't wait till Wednesday show. Wednesday show is gonna be classic.
I might have to bring props for that one.
It's gonna be classic. We thank you all for tuning in again to the NBL Lounge. come join us every Sunday morning at 10:45, and then every Wednesday night we do the Thursday pick as well as a review all the games from Sunday. We are looking forward to this, so we're going to sign off and have a little after party here on blab.im. If you want to join the after party, come see us here. Fellas, parting shots before we sign off. Mr. Stern, you have been phenomenal. So we give you first shot at last word. What's your final word, sir?
My final word? I ain't going to be in last place anymore. I'm not saying who gonna be.
That sounds like a dejected gentleman there.
But I'll say it this way. I can say 100% I will not be in the paddy wagon next week, and it won't be him either. One of you two up above us is going below me.
Okay. Parting shot.
Parting shot.
Parting shot. Shots fired. The service himself, Mr. Big E Lomba.
Well, guys, it's interesting picks this week. A lot of the games, honestly, regardless of the picks, there are a few games in there that are pretty much toss-ups and can go either way. So it's going to be an interesting Sunday and Monday night. I'm looking forward to see what else Robert has in his kitchen on Thursday. Wednesday.
No, we're breaking into the bathroom next.
Wow!
I don't know.
All right.
You might need to put him on audio only. Maybe
I should do the show from the bathroom.
Oh my! God.
No. Some of your picks were picked in there, so yeah, maybe. But go.
Yeah. But anyway, tune in, guys, every Sunday 10:45, every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. We love to have you. We love the input from the bullpen. We appreciate you guys for popping up and giving your picks as well. And look out for the flyers that I put out on Twitter, Facebook, and anywhere else I can put one. And we'll see you guys Wednesday night, 10 p.m.
All right. The BSA.
That's you, Morgan.
I know. I just really want to thank everybody for really coming out and, checking out the show. We kind of started this. We didn't even really organize this at all, actually. How this really started, this whole thing was just kind of like we all just picked and then we made it a show. So it's really cool to, be on the same thing as these guys. Robert really brought it today. Did not expect those type of props. It really was kind of crazy. I did not expect that. And you guys, like I said, guys, as always, I'm going to flip the entire bill for Gerald's mental health during most of these picks. I know some of you guys.
I'm going to toss it. I'll split it with you, Morgan.
Okay, cool. Yeah, me and Robert are going to split the bill for Gerald's mental health here as he picks these picks. I had some great concern for him, so we're definitely going to help him along the way. And, a shout out to Elliot's scoreboard, always on point. So, yeah, I'm really excited for these games. I think they're going to be really good games, and, I'm excited for these games. So that's really just what I have to say.
All right. Awesome. And my parting shot will be Mr. Paddy Wagon. You really bought it today. We definitely enjoyed the prompts were hilarious, but that's pretty much your picks. They're going up in smoke just like that. So we're gonna roll with that. And what I would like to say is I thank you all for coming to join us. This has been a phenomenal Sunday as always. Again, we appreciate you. It wouldn't even be a show without you guys. So we appreciate it, and we will see you all on Wednesday.
Catch the replay if you missed this.
Absolutely. You can catch the replay, and we're actually going to probably send that to YouTube because that's what we've been doing. So catch the replay. Come check us out on Wednesday. Thanks a lot. We'll see you all.